Good morning. We will now bring the Alpena County Board of Facilities to order. And let's see what else we got. Do a pledge of allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And could you please do a roll call, Kim?
Commissioner LaHaye,
Here.
Commissioner Fournier,
Here.
Commissioner Konashevsky absent.
Let's see. We need approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
And I will support. All right, first on the agenda is Northern Lights Arena for reimbursement request. Oh, that would be Jeremy.
Yo. Yeah.
I see you've got quite a few here. Okay, you have the, for the second quarter in the amount of $2,020. Third quarter in the amount of $309.70, minus 19,988. Oh, I said, okay, minus the 14,015 for the level ice system and minus 1,685. The ice paint and vinyl from line item 272-763-975-000. Building additions and improvement, Northern Lights Arena surcharge as presented. Line item 272-763-975-000 be increased by $2,331. So I guess I'm going to have you explain everything. Is Kim on the line also?
Cindy is.
Okay. Okay, now the first request I see is for $2,020.73. Is that correct? Okay, now I did notice this is from a year ago, this March for two of them. And then three of them is last year from April. Is there a reason why those bills were not turned in last year?
No, I mean, they were turned in the second quarter. We just didn't get the response from the board on this. I had stated that the last time I was here.
And I don't know what to say about that because
I don't either.
does she have, you said Cindy's on,
Mhm.
Does she have? Mary Catherine's not here, so. And I do not know what to say about that because you said the full board did approve this? I was,
We sent it in and we got no response.
okay, when did you send it in?
At the end of the second quarter.
Okay,
And at that time, we also responded that we were requesting a response from the first quarter. And we got no response.
so all of these bills that you turned in, one of them is from April for $161 for a battery. All these bills you turned in are saying you have turned these all in because they're all from last year.
We went through this once before.
Some of them, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as the
And
battery and the rotary hammer and Zamboni parts and stuff, that's all necessary equipment for the operation of the rink. And a lot of this stuff like these belts and stuff like that that go on, you gotta have those for air conditioners or whatever,
yeah,
or whatever they want to.
but what I'm saying is being there from almost a year ago,
Yeah, but
but he said that he did turn him
if they
in.
turned them in and they didn't put it on the agenda or we missed it somehow,
Okay,
I should approve it now because
I hate to approve anything unless the money is it there or, Kim's not on today, so.
Yeah, the money's there. I mean, we pay into the surcharge.
Yes.
I mean,
That's, I just don't know where the money would be coming out of.
I would say we just approve it. Be more careful next time not to miss some of that stuff.
Yeah, because they're all from last year, every one of them.
So I'll make a motion to approve it. If you second that.
You know,
I know you don't want to keep this up.
no, because I don't know where, I know he's saying the money's there. But,
Kim's on her way over. Kim Ludlow.
oh, good, because I don't know. And I believe the gentleman, he said that he turned him in and it just weren't paid. But being Kim's here, I would feel better before.
I don't.
She's on her way over, so. And I can't understand because usually Kim's right on it paying bills, you know.
Yeah, right.
So, well, I understand they need all that.
And she had all these.
she can't pay the bill though until the board approves it.
Right.
Sorry for the delay.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm running these other things. So I'm not sure where you were at because I was
Oh, I was just,
in the middle of youth and rec stuff. The reason that stuff didn't get paid, it was never turned into accounts payable. This stuff has been on the agenda, excuse me, a couple of times. And it was approved through facilities. And then it would be on the consent calendar for the full board. But then the disconnect came from the paperwork coming from downstairs to accounts payable.
I think it was pulled from the consent calendar
It was,
to have it brought back here for more information.
well, which one are you talking about? Because now you have two.
Just the one from the last meeting.
Okay, the one from the last meeting
yes, that's, remember that.
was pulled
Mhm.
because they took
Yeah, there
all
was,
the money for the Zamboni out,
mhm.
not the Zamboni, the ice levering. they took
Right.
That out, and then
And
they took out the paint,
and the
the
vinyl.
vinyl paint. But those were approved. Now, as far as did it get on a full board to get approved from there? I don't know. Again, I can only keep track of so many different pieces. This is why previously, way back 100 years ago, when we had an executive manager, these reimbursements came through the treasurer's office. The requests for the reimbursement, the spreadsheets, the invoices, and everything were all sent to the treasurer's office. The treasurer's office presented that to the Board of Commissioners. Once we had it in hand, we would follow it through. Not trying to slam anybody.
Mhm.
There's been a lot of changes, a lot of movement. So I believe we're going to find that there's been a lot of things that have quote unquote fallen through the cracks because there was just too much going on through the administrator's office and the commissioner's office to try and keep up on. There were half a dozen things that were removed from the treasurer's office by the choice of the Board of Commissioners and the administrator, that things had not been followed through on, like these reimbursements. The reimbursement before that it was over a year late from when it had been first approved. So this is not the first time in the past 2 years that reimbursements for Northern Lights Arena, they've brought their paperwork in, everything was presented to the board approved it, and for whatever reason, it did not make it to accounts payable. So that's exactly what you're dealing with again here.
right?
Because we approved that at that one meeting. And then it was supposed to go back to the full board.
Right.
It never got there, right?
And I don't know, I would have to try and.
I don't,
You don't, we could settle it now if you want to settle it.
yeah, well, I just don't want to do this.
Well, and I will tell you that the person who's handling accounts payable right now will not pay it without a board action saying to pay it.
Okay,
So if there is not a board action, once that information is presented to her in the clerk's office, if she doesn't have the board action to go with it, she's going to kick it back downstairs. But I do know that this is what's happened. There was nothing put in the surcharge fund budget for 24 for any reimbursements, which was an error. There should have been at least the $4,000 to $6,000 budgeted, which you would be normally reimbursing instead of nothing budgeted.
Wow.
Does that help?
no,
I'm sorry, I was half listening to you guys and working with you
No.
and back and forth, so
What do you suggest we do?
what do I suggest for this particular
Yeah.
one?
right, because they're all from last year. And he said the money is there, but
The money's not budgeted.
because it was last year's bill, so it wasn't carried over and it wasn't budgeted for this year.
So again, because you changed your accounting system as well, with all of our changes that we're doing everywhere, is we're moved from a cash accounting system to an accrual accounting system. They can still put this in as a 23 bill, mark it as a payable against that fund. You're just going to make a budget adjustment or approve a budget adjustment. I need to back up. As long as you choose to move forward with paying these reimbursements, which I believe that is the intent, then all you need to do is request a budget adjustment be done to the 24 budget to cover those expenses.
Okay, I can make a motion, Brenda, to pay him and do whatever we need to do with the treasurer's office, get it taken care of.
Okay, now, the only thing is, the ice leveling system and the ice paint and vinyl, we did not approve.
You did not approve that.
No.
You and Travis did not approve
So
that.
that
I believe what it says, those are subtracted out.
minus, it does say that out of the 16,988.
Yes.
And then he has all these other bills. So,
So I would like to recommend that going forward, and this will need to go to the board, to the full board.
right,
Just like this budget adjustment that you're going to present to the full board or put on the consent calendar, however you want to do it.
Yeah.
A budget adjustment requesting that that line item be increased to pay those bills. But I would like to recommend that the board of commissioners at their meeting direct the reimbursement request for the surcharge for Northern Lights Arena be handled through the county treasurer's office, effective immediately and going forward. And I'd like this in writing, because that's where we've had so many disconnects in the past year and a half to 2 years. Because much of what was being done was not in writing. So the county treasurer had no authority to come in and say, wait a minute, this needs to stay in my office. There's too much going on down there. Because it is not my decision as county treasurer who is going to handle these pieces. It is the board of commissioners. So when the board of commissioners chose to have the administrators and their people take these things over, the county treasurer had no authority to help in any way, shape, or form. If the Board of Commissioners wants that duty put back with the treasurer's office, the treasurer's office is willing to accept that, but I need it in writing so that the treasurer going forward has something to stand on.
Right.
Because as you know, I'm not running again, so there
Right.
will be a new treasurer. But if there's not anything in writing, the treasurer does not have any authority to move forward.
So if we take this to the Board of Commissioners and want to send it to the treasurer,
The reimbursement request,
you will be here at that meeting
yes,
And-
I'm not going anywhere fast. I got a whole another year, folks.
and you will know.
Uh,
So,
Give me writing that all down.
so that,
She knows where to find me too.
yeah, so, yeah, that would help a lot. And we would have this problem.
Full board.
Yeah,
But we have to,
yeah.
we have to.
So you can get it approved.
Right.
You can get the adjustment approved. But I do believe, it's supposed to be a quarterly reimbursement request. And I understand the disc, I do. And again, not anything against anyone. But the administrator's office and the commissioner's office have had a lot of additional and changes and moving parts to deal with. And from what I can see, there was really no reason to remove these duties from the treasurer's office.
That's why we're gonna send them back, hopefully.
Well, Take it to the full board and make the decision.
Yeah, on my part, I mean, I'm sitting here and I told you I was gonna give you the fourth quarter at the last meeting, and I'm sitting here with the fourth quarter also. But the way things have been going, I haven't wanted to turn it in because I don't want to muddy up the waters any more than they already are. So I've been kind of reluctant and frustrated. And I get it, like, change management, county has tons more going on than just Northern Lights Arena. So I don't,
But we'll take it to the full board
If
and
we can get these two addressed and settled, and as long as the board directs that to come to the county treasurer's office,
yeah,
please send it. My office will reach out to Northern Lights Arena once that has been done by the board. I won't do it before then because literally I have no authority to do so.
when I was gonna.
well, we can put the
First,
fourth
come over
in
and
there.
visit you the other day, but I knew that this wasn't really
Yeah.
how, so.
If the board wants that to go back into the wheelhouse of the treasurer's office, then we are more than happy to take that back and continue to move forward.
Okay, so Bill, what is your request right now? Your,
I request
Your-
to take this to the full board, and I think Kim has it written down
okay,
the way it's supposed to be, and have the full board make the recommendation, and I'm suggesting that we do the fourth quarter too. Make sure we got everything for last year in this year and
in one bundle
get it
and
taken care of.
get it taken care
Okay,
of.
so the fourth quarter, you indicated you have not presented to them?
We have not.
Okay, so because he has not presented it, we don't know how much it will even be. So we will not be able to address that fourth quarter budget adjustment until we know how much it is.
Well, they're gonna turn it in today,
Yeah, Jess has it right here.
and then,
But even at that, they would have to, by they, I mean, the board would have to determine how much of it they're going to cover. So he could be presenting $9,000 worth of bills and the board's only going to approve 2,000.
Right,
So I don't need to make an additional $9,000 budget adjustment. I would only need to make it 2,000. So the fourth quarter, I would like to see that held off until the following meeting, till we can get this cleared up first. That gives,
and then take that.
right, then that'll come to my office. We can present it so that you guys can say, yep, we want to pay this, nope, yep, nope. And then we have a dollar amount that can be presented.
okay, that sounds, yes. Are you satisfied with that?
Yeah. I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Present this to full board,
Full board, and then we'll,
and then hopefully we can get this
and then, when do you want them to present this fourth quarter stuff
next meeting.
They wouldn't present it. They're going to provide it
to you?
to my office.
Okay. Because we're gonna direct,
And I'm going to give that to the next facilities meeting.
Okay,
And you'll have it at that point. My office will forward it to the commissioner's office to make sure it gets in the agenda. At that point, you guys will be able to look at it, say, we want to approve this, this, and this. We don't want to approve that. We'll get a dollar amount. Once you have that at the facilities meeting, then it would move forward to the full board.
And if you guys want to invite us back or you want us to come to the meeting for explanation on anything, just
yeah, that would be a good idea if you,
let me know and
Might want to pencil that on your calendar. Go ahead, the February facilities meeting. You have that, does anybody have that date? Should be on the back of your agenda.
what?
Wednesday, the
oh,
20th.
the 21st
Yep.
at 9:00.
February 21st.
So then he would come back to this board with the, okay,
Here, and hopefully we get that addressed and get that paid before the end of March at the latest.
yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yes.
So you can turn that into the treasurer's office then, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Do you have it electronically or just?
Yep, I can send it over.
If you would send that electronically, that would be great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Perfect. Right, yes, I will second Bill's motion. You've got that, all that, Kim. Good.
Thank you, Kim.
Very much. We have
No
a,
problem. Are we good? Because I was in the middle of, yeah, okay.
I'm sorry.
No, no, it's fine.
I didn't want to do something.
I just want to be leaving. I'm back across the street again.
Don't do that, walk.
Thank you.
But thank you so much. Okay. We have a motion with support. Okay, motion carried. Next we have Wes, current project updates.
Yeah, the first thing with that is I failed to update the top, date on the top of the sheet. That should be 1/11/24, not 12/15/23.
On at page 24.
So I guess the accident damage, to the restroom is pretty much on hold until spring. We got a little bit of cleaning that needs to be done there, but it's 99%. The compressor, the cyclonic compressor that was leaking oil, has been repaired. The partition wall at the airport, the wall is up, the doors are installed, the drywall is on and partially finished. We need to finish that and get some primer and paint on it. The flooring at the health department, is done. All the door frames, walls, everything is painted. We're completely out of that project. The caretaker's house repairs, I was intending to start that yesterday. However, we still have animal control in the merchants building.
Yes.
And I need them out by the end of the workday on Monday because we've been in the merchants building. So I have pulled my help. They're at the animal control building today. We will have it painted, floors painted, everything done by the end of the week. Move them back in Monday morning
Good.
and we'll be set for Monday evening event.
will the paint be cured enough by then, or is that?
It'll give it all weekend to get, I'll turn the heat up, we'll put some fans in there and I'll keep an eye on it over the weekend.
Okay.
So as soon as we can get that out of the way, we'll get back to doing the caretaker's flooring and also the repairs and stuff to the merchants building. I will say I didn't budget any extra money for this year for that. There was, I don't remember the number exactly, 5,000 and some dollars left in last year's budget that I put in a request to carry over to this year. It'll be at the full board meeting.
Okay.
And there's also one that a bill I got. I don't remember, the 27th of December or something for Omega Electric, 2,700, something like that. That was budgeted in 23. There was $12,500 budgeted. And I also have a request to carry that over so I can pay that invoice to Omega. That work is done. Just need to pay the bill.
That'll be in full board.
That'll go to full board. Those two items will be going to full board, yeah.
Okay.
I think that covers everything.
Okay.
Got any questions?
No, everything looks pretty good to me.
Yeah. Thank you, Wes. Waterground management report, we don't have any. Mary Hannah is not here. Recycling monthly reports, we do not have that. So the next meeting is Wednesday, February 21st, 9 a.m., Howard Mill Conference Room.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I support. Motion, motions.